Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is week 2 of Get More Clients as part of our Build with the CEO series. My name is Trevor. I am your host, coach, teacher, all the things today, and we are getting into week 2 of the Get More Clients project. Now, this is the project where we help you launch a program on September 11th. This is a bridge program, a front-end offer, a 4-week something, which is the first step into a bigger program. For those of you that are joining us there, I do have comments open, so feel free to drop them in there as we're going throughout this stuff today. Before I get into what we're going to talk about today, if you're not using AI, like, I don't know what to tell you because it is wild. And I'll just give you an example. So as I was preparing for today's call, I have an agent that we've built out that helps me kind of come up with a curriculum for the call, come up with the organization. I've got my notes and everything here for the call to make sure we stay organized. And it's helped me organize this project for you guys as well. It's helped me build out this landing page or the Get More Clients virtual workbook for this project. It's virtually done all of it. We've given it the inputs and we've helped it along the way, but it's built it. And so I'll give you an example on why this is cool. So earlier, I was making some changes to the curriculum. There was something I really wanted to talk about today that we're going to get in called the marketing statement. It's really going to be our core teaching for today. And I didn't have that on the workbook. I didn't have that in my notes, anything like that. I just found that we were missing it. So I needed to add it in. So I had my agent update my outline for this call. And then I went to the workbook and realized it wasn't there. And so now, as we speak, it is building that web page for me to update everything. So it may not be updated right now when you go to getmoreclients.coachcatalyst.com, but it will be shortly. I'm just kind of watching it work here in the background. But AI is absolutely astounding in what it can do for your work, especially in this world of us as coaches. It helps us do the things that we're not really good at. And then we can do the things that we are really good at, which is helping people, having conversations, changing lives. And so all of our Growth Catalyst users, we teach it as part of that program. That's all in the community there. So you can go back and watch some of the previous episodes, but we're continuing to build up those skills so that you have your AI brain that you run your coaching business off of. But it is wild. It says it's deployed right now and verified live, but I'll confirm that later. I'll make sure it's all up, but I want to give my focus and attention to you guys today to make sure that we deliver for you. So we are on week 2, and I want to review a little bit about what we did in week 1, just in case you missed a few things. So week 1 was really our basics, right? What are we running? What's the program? What's the name? What are we going to charge for it? And we were starting to build out like our help list, right? Who can we go to? So all of us, no matter what stage of business, brand new, veteran, whatever, you have audiences. And so my challenge to you last week was to go find 20 people in the audience that would be a great fit for this particular program. If you have a gym, and maybe going to find 20 clients that have asked you about losing weight but aren't doing what they need to do. If you're just getting started out, it might be going through your cell phone or through your Facebook friends and making or finding 20 names that you can serve, right? So that was the goal last week. You haven't done that yet, go back and do that first. That is kind of that's the first building block. And thank you for some of you, or for those of you, I shouldn't say some of you, for those of you that dropped into the group to be able to kind of show us what you're doing. Some of these were awesome. I just want to kind of like highlight a few of them. So we've got a few in here. Dana's is Transform 4, Start Losing Weight After 40, easier than before, carbs included. That's a really good one. We have some good pieces there. Todd, a program name is Peak 50, 4-week reset. His tagline was to help men over 50 with busy schedules and family responsibilities get back on track with simple workouts. There's another one here, Drop a Size in 4, an action coaching experience from Kelly. Jen, the Healthy Mom Kickstart with a goal of 25 people. Susan, the Performance Habit Reset, or the 4-week Body Fuel Reset. So if you haven't yet posted it in there, it's really helpful to put it in there because we can give you some feedback on it as well, and we can tighten this thing up. And we want to do that now before we actually launch. And that's why we have the community. Jacob's been super, super awesome in there, responsive, getting in there and communicating with you guys. Another one, James, was 8 and 4, lose your first 8 pounds in 4 weeks. That's a great one. And so that's step one. We have the name, we have the price, right? We have all the logistics figured out. Today is all going to be about building the funnel and building the funnel. So When we send it, when we make this live, where does someone go to learn more about this information? And I'm going to give you a couple paths today. Okay. So you have, for our Growth Catalyst users, we've already done it all for you. I'm going to be walking through that today so you guys can see the funnel. You can see the landing page, the funnel, the marketing emails, the automations, the pipelines, all of that. We've done it all for you, and it's actually already in your account. I'll show you kind of where it is inside of your account. If you're not using Growth Catalyst and you're using something else, you're going to need a few things to put all this together. You're going to need some sort of funnel builder. You're going to need an email text message type service to be able to send emails. Ideally, you'd have a pipeline, but you could do it through just like a basic like Kanban style, page. Trello is an example of that. And those would be the main things. For our Growth Catalyst users, we've done much of the copy, everything in there. You're just going to go in and tweak it. And I'll show you all of that here in a little bit. But before we start building a funnel, there's something that's really important for us to do. And that's what I call building the marketing statement. Okay. So I'm going to give you the statement here. And then I'm also going to give you some examples of it. So this is something you want to spend some time on, and you want to run it past a few people because you want to see kind of how it lands. Because this is really important. It's essentially in 1 to 2 sentences, you can explain. Think about like your elevator pitch, right? If you're in an elevator with someone, you have 2 sentences and you want to explain what you're doing, who you help, how you can help them. That is our marketing statement. And that's what I'm going to challenge you guys to put in the group this week so that we can look at them, help you refine them a little bit. And Carrie did ask, should we be tagging you in posts? Yeah, please tag me in posts inside of the community. That's a little bit more, it's helpful for me to kind of find out what's maybe more urgent for me when I'm going in there. And I want to give you guys feedback on this. And again, AI, an incredible tool to use this, where we put our marketing statement into our AI of choice. And as long as it understands who we're talking to, who our market is, it's going to give us incredible information. Okay. So here is the basic framework of our marketing statement. And you can use this, like you should save this and use this all the time. Okay. In anything that you're running. So I'm going to make it specific to what we're doing here. And then yeah, we'll talk about some of the semantics of it. So here's the basic framework. I've created insert program, right? To help insert client, perfect client avatar, struggling with problem. And then we want some sort of action verb with a result in a time frame using XYZ method without thing they dread. Okay. And I'll give you some examples and you'll kind of see it all come together. But I'll go over it one more time. I've created XYZ program to help XYZ person struggling with XYZ problem achieve action verb, something like that, XYZ result in XYZ time frame using my XYZ method without XYZ thing they dread. Okay. So that is the marketing statement. And we just plunk in all of the things that are specific to what you are doing. So I had my agent, I like to call him Claude. I'm not creative, so I just call him what he is. And he gave me a bunch of different examples here using this marketing statement. And I want to share a few of them with you just to start giving you some ideas. And we're going to give you 2 different examples. So what the example, the marketing statement that I just gave you uses the word without at the end. So without the thing that they dread. Okay. But we can also replace without with even if disqualifies. So even if kills the disqualifying belief, right? Even if you failed every diet since your 20s. Okay. We want to pick one without, right? Thing they dread, or even if, which kills the kind of disqualifying belief, right? The thing why they can't do it, even if you don't know how to work out, right? So let me give you a few here. I've created the 28-day strength kickstart to help women over 50 struggling with disappearing strength and energy rebuild their base and double their daily energy in 4 weeks using my 3 lift framework without living in the gym 6 days a week. Okay. So you'll see that's it's a couple sentences, right? Or one nice long sentence. I'll give you another one. I've created the off ramp to help chronic dieters struggle to keep weight off after every program drop their first 8 pounds in 4 weeks using my mindset first method without another meal plan telling them what to eat. Okay. So you see, we're using without there, without living in the gym 6 days a week, without another meal plan telling them what to eat. Okay. I can drop them in the chat. Yes, I can, Laura. I'll drop these in so you guys can read them as well. And I do promise English is my first language, despite sometimes how I talk. So we'll drop these in here. All right, there we go. I'll give you the next one. I've created Operation Dad Strength to help busy dads struggling to find gym time lose the first notch on the belt in 4 weeks using my 30-minute blueprint without giving up pizza night with the kids. Okay, so it was another without there, and that was more Operation Dad Strength. So you see how we're kind of just plunking in the things that make sense to what you've got going on? Next one. I've created Fuel the Run to help first-time marathoners struggling with mid-race crashes nail their long run fueling in 4 weeks using my Fuel First system without cutting carbs or logging every meal, right? And so Matt just asked, assuming we are basing this on our specific program incorporating Transform and 4 content. So Transform and 4 is simply the delivery mechanism. It is your part of your method, right? But you're going to make that unique to you. So you need to make it unique to you and also to the person that you're serving. That's the goal. That's the secret, is taking something that we've created and we're going to put it in there. And we're going to put our kind of touches on it so that it resonates with the person that you want to talk to. Okay. So all those examples were without, right? So now we're going to replace without with even if. So here we go. I've created the 4-week reset to help women over 40 struggling with the restart every Monday cycle drop their first 5 pounds in 4 weeks using my habit stack method, even if they've failed every diet since their 20s. Okay. So that was the even if one. I'll give you a couple more here. I've created Kitchen Confidence to help stressed out professionals struggling with the takeout every night spiral, lock in a midnight meal rhythm in 4 weeks using my 15-minute plate method, even if they can't cook and their schedule is chaos. Okay. See the even if that we have going on there? Even if, and then we kind of talk about the thing that they think they're going to have to do. All right, last one. I've created the comeback block to help former athletes struggling to train around old injuries rebuild pain-free strength in 4 weeks using my joint first framework, even if their knees have shut down every comeback so far. Okay. You see how kind of emotional this language is, right? And this is just first pass AI. This is not, hey, let's get into this a little bit. This is just first pass. Here's my framework that I want you to use. Go build me some stuff. So hopefully those are helpful. If you take anything away from this call today, it is coming up with your marketing statement. And then I want you to take your marketing statement and I want you to put it into the community. And if you don't know how to get to the community, all you do is go to getmoreclients.coachcatalyst.com, your virtual workbook. And at the top, I put a button, a very nice button there that says join the community. And if you click on that, it will take you directly to the community. Now, here's some fun stuff. Remember I was talking about at the beginning, my AI agent was building out the site. The site is now updated. So you're going to be able to fill in some blanks here and it's going to create your little marketing statement for you, right? And then you're going to be able to rock and roll all the way through this stuff. Okay. So marketing statement, most important thing inside of the chat, you're going to see a bunch of examples and maybe I'll even take a bunch of those examples and I'll throw them in onto that page. So you do have some examples to run off of and things that you could put into AI. But even if you just utilize that marketing statement inside of AI, and if you trained it correctly, as our Growth Catalyst users should have done, they should have built the folders on their computer that they needed in order for it to work well. It should kick out some really, 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 really good stuff. Okay. So that is the marketing statement. And the marketing statement is going to be the core of your landing page, which is really the next piece. We don't need a website for any of this. If you don't have a website right now, it doesn't matter. You don't need one. I think websites are a little bit overrated. They're kind of like a modern day business card. Landing pages, one-page sites, that's kind of where the future is going. And so you have a one-page site, what we would call it a funnel, because that means there's multiple steps in what we are doing. And you're going to use your marketing statement. Okay, you're going to use your marketing statement to essentially create the headline for your funnel. We're going to shrink it down a little bit because the marketing statement is going to be a little too long in order to put on the top of the page, but I'll give you some ideas on how to kind of shorten that thing up so that it can work as a headline rather than just like a full blown statement. So we're going to get into some sharing here. I need to move some screens around so I can show you guys where everything is. Now, our Growth Catalyst users, you guys have everything inside of your accounts. It's all going to be already loaded up in there. You can search for GC on everything. I believe that's what Emma did, GC. And you'll have the funnel, the automations, the pipeline, everything's going to be there. And yeah, it's all in your account. If you don't use Growth Catalyst, like pick your landing page funnel builder of choice, your email marketing platform of choice, your communication platform of choice, all of those things, and you just kind of use the frameworks that we've created and start building it out. So first things first, we're going to talk about the funnel. So the funnel is going to have lots of different pages. Okay, it's going to be like a website. It's going to have a URL that people land on, and I'm going to load up the one that we've created for Growth Catalyst users. And they're going to land on the main page. Now, here's the framework that we're going to teach for this particular program. So remember, this is a front-end offer, a bridge offer. It launches mid-September, right? And so I'm going to encourage you to launch this thing next Monday, okay? And you're going to launch it in a way where it is a scholarship or application-based launch, meaning no one can buy on Monday. Our open cart is going to be later. I don't know the exact date on it, but no one can buy on Monday. But on Monday, you're going to start reaching out to your help list. You've created your marketing statement. You're going to reach out to your help list. You're going to find the top 5 on that help list that are the closest to you, where you can test that marketing statement with them and see what kind of response you get. Based upon the response from those first 5, then you're going to go to the next 15. If you have more than 20, you're going to go through all of them. And the ask here is not for them to buy. The ask is for them to apply for a free challenge. Okay. So you're going to open this thing up. You're going to join, you're going to basically create a wait list, and anyone on the wait list gets entered into the challenge, gets entered into the scholarship. And then you are going to pick the winner from that scholarship, and they get a free 4 weeks. Okay. They're going to get a free 4 weeks. Everyone else is going to then get sent to the landing page, and maybe you give them a little bit of a coupon, right? Everyone that applied, you're going to give them maybe a little bit of coupon for a discount because they all won second place. So it essentially gives you 2 launches. You have the first launch for the scholarship, the application, and then you have the second launch for the program is live. Okay. And then yeah, this is what it looks like. So let's get in. Here's what this landing page looks like, and I'll kind of explain some of the anatomy around it, right? So this is your headline, right? And you'll change this based upon your marketing statement, but this is your headline. And then we have our little link to the application, and I'll show you what that looks like here. Down here, we've got the next pieces of this. A few people asked where the landing pages are. Let me kind of show you where that is. If you go to sites down here, and then you go to funnels, and then if you just go to recent, you can just type in, it is get more clients. You could even search for get more clients, and you'll see that page right there. So that's what I've got opened up here. And then you're going to see the copy through here. And this copy is strategically placed on taking someone through the buying process, right? But you're going to notice there's just like generic things in here. That's where you're going to add in before and afters. That's where you're going to add in testimonials. That's where you're going to add in a picture of you, right? And going through the actual program, we've built it all out, what's in it, right? It's all in here. So we've made the page look really, really nice. Now, for our Growth Catalyst users, we've also like branded it. So yours is going to be a different brand. This one is just kind of like a generic blue. Yours will be red or green or orange or whatever your kind of main colors are. We'll have that all built out for you. So you notice we've kind of built it all out here. And then we have 3 prices on here. You might only have 1 price. You can choose what you want to do, right? But all of it right now goes towards an application, right? It all goes towards an application. So once they hit the landing page, then they're going to say, yes, save my seat. They're going to go to the second page. This is you're on the list, right? So they have filled out all of the information, And now they hit this page. Okay, so on this, let me go back to this other one, and then I'm going to show you the pop-up here. So when they hit save my place, that's going to open this pop-up right here. And this is the program application, right? First name, email, what's the one result you want to achieve? What is the one result you want in the next 4 weeks? What have you already tried? Why now? 3 basic questions, qualifies them a little bit. Anyone that fills it out is going to, I'll move my screen over here. There you go. Anyone that fills it out is going to be entered into the scholarship, and they're going to pick someone that wins. Okay. So pretty basic structure, but it gives people a reason to sign up. There's nothing to lose at this point. They're not signing up. They're not giving you any money at this point. They're just applying for it. Right. So they fill out that application. Once they fill out the application, they get taken to the application confirmation page. So this is a funnel, right? Steps inside of the process. So right in here, we've just got, again, basic copy, check your email, your entries in, you here first, all of that kind of stuff. Just really basic things. Make sure you read through all the copy and make sure it resonates with you. When we open the cart live, I don't remember what the date is, but when the cart actually becomes live, what happens is we get rid of this application page and then we go straight to payment. Okay. So we go straight to payment. So once you go live, we use the same page, the same URL, everything, but now it is right. Basically save your place. This is where you buy the thing inside of here. Okay. And we're going to teach you some kind of like fun stuff. We can have a little upsell in here if we want to, or a few other, offers if we want to add kind of increase order value. And then they're going to complete their order, right? And then that's going to take them to the payment confirmation page. And this is, boom, you're in, right? 4 small steps, check your email, we'll get them to download the app, join the community, get prepped, all of that fun stuff. So this is your exterior facing piece. Okay. This is what your clients are going to see as they move through, or potential prospects are going to see as they move through the process. Okay. So now this is actually just an example of what it looks like on an actual website. The other one was in the editor. So now we're going to have a few things here. So now we have what's called workflows, and this is where the magic happens. This is how everything gets connected in the background. Okay? So that when someone submits the form, we send them the email, and then we wait, and then we send them in the invite email. You're going to see our little notes here on the right-hand side that tell you exactly what to do to build this out, right? Exactly what to do. So you're not guessing on anything. We tell you, do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, you go in and do it. Boom, done. Turn that thing to publish. It's ready to go, right? All right, next one. Here is our let me show you that. I want to do that program delivery one last. Here is actually, we'll do the program delivery one here, and let me zoom in. All right, so this one is going to be, all right, someone fills out the form. We're going to add the correct tag. We're going to do an internal email notification to us so that we know that someone filled it out, right? We're going to send the confirmation email. We're going to reformat things. We're going to make sure that we're adding and kind of updating all their stuff inside of Coach Catalyst. So then we'll go in and we'll build all of the Coach Catalyst pieces out. Okay. So again, exactly what to do step by step by step by step. They're filling out the funnel. They completed the sale. What should we do next? Okay. Right through there. And then the kind of last one here is the marketing emails. So these marketing emails are going to go out starting, it looks like September 1 is what we have on here, but that can always be adjusted a little bit as well. So on September 1, all of this stuff starts happening. Okay. We send email number 1. You're going to see it. We have it built out, but you obviously should go in and change the copy, right? So here's just the example of what we've got built out already for you. If you have your AI agent, all that, you can just take these and copy and paste them into there, right? So pretty straightforward. Copy's all there, all ready to go. It's solid, right? Next email, go down, boom, it's all in there. And so you're just going to go through and you are going to go through all of those emails. Okay. You're going to get it all done. On the right-hand side is going to be all of the instructions. Super straightforward. You're going to go through, you're going to edit all the emails. I think we have 7 of them in there. Okay. Make sure they fit your vibe, make sure they fit your voice, all of that stuff. So workflows for you guys that are following along or Growth Catalyst users, Those ones are going to be over here on the left-hand side under automation. So our workflows are under automation right through there. Okay. And the last piece of this, I mean, there's a few more, but the last major piece of this is what we call opportunities. So this is under opportunities, and this is what we call a pipeline under Get More Clients. So this is where now when someone opts in, they apply, they're going to pop up into this column right here. And then when they sign up for the program, they're going to pop into this column right here. And we're going to add to this. We're going to add to this pipeline. Am I going to work on this a little bit here? We're going to work on a little bit more because I want you guys with the application to actually start a little bit of a conversation with the people that have applied so that when it opens, it's a little bit warmer, right? And I'll give you a few questions that you can ask the people that have applied to help keep that conversation going because you want them to sign up. Those are really, really hot leads for you. And then as part of the program, we'll teach this later, is I want you to do a review call with everyone kind of end of week 3 at the latest starting week 4. We want to do a review call with every single person that's in the program. And then we're going to see how many people we convert into our signature program. So I know a few people on the call have gotten a little confused on maybe what Growth Catalyst is. So I just want to quickly kind of clear that up. So Coach Catalyst, that is our coaching platform. That is our delivery. That's where Transform in 4 lives. It's where we coach our clients, habits, lessons, workouts, education, all of that. That happens in Coach Catalyst. Growth Catalyst is the front end two-way coach's business. So it is a secondary product, but our Growth Catalyst users get Coach Catalyst included with them. Okay, they get it all. It's like a one subscription all-in thing. If you're not using something like Growth Catalyst, like people that are in our world, then we just need to make sure we have these other pieces set up. We need some sort of funnel system that has a landing page. We need to be able to take payment. We need to be able to send emails. We need to be able to have some workflows and automations on the back end. And so you just have to put some pieces together. It is very possible to do all of this stuff. We've just tried to make it as easy as possible, which is why we created Growth Catalyst. If you're like, hey, I want the easy button, like just get me Growth Catalyst on the page, on your Get More Clients page, we have a button in there where you can go in and you can grab it. And I'm going to get that button updated. Right now it goes to a call. I would still like to do a call with you, but if you did want to just get signed up and go forward with it, you can. We've waived the onboarding fee for any of our Get More Client people. And it's just $2.99 a month, and it's for as long as you want it. It's month to month. There's no long-term contracts. So if that would save you some time and would be a lot easier for you, you can just go in and grab it. It's there. If you already have those systems set up, like ClickFunnels and Pipedrive and MailChimp or ConvertKit and Zapier and all that, cool, like use that system. Okay. So that's right there. I'll get that link changed here right after this call. I'll have my agent go change that link so that that links into this page and you can grab it, and then we'll get you started on the onboarding if that is something that you're interested in. Okay. So in Growth Catalyst, right, we have our funnel. We have, really, this isn't in just Growth Catalyst. What we need to have set up now is we need to have our funnel set up. We need to have our automations set up. We need to have our marketing emails set up. We need to have our pipeline set up. That's kind of like we're trying to get all of that set up this week. Now, if you're like, hey, I only have so much time, Trevor, give me the most important pieces. Let's start there. The most important piece on what we talk about is the marketing statement. That is the most important piece. If you did not do the 20-person help list from last week, that is the most important piece because those are the people we're going to market to first. Marketing statement then gets sent to 5 of the 20 help people on Monday based upon the response of the first 5. We then tweak that message for the rest of them. Okay. So we tweak that message for the rest of them. It worked. You keep sending it out. And then you just keep sending that to as many people as possible, driving people towards your funnel, which means our funnel needs to be done. We need to be able to accept applications. Right, to our program, which means the landing page of the funnel needs to be done. The form to accept the application needs to be done. And then the confirmation page to the application needs to be done. And then a basic email sequence, a basic automation around application received type of thing. Okay. So that is like the basic framework. Get that done first. Once that's done, now we can move into our marketing emails. We can move into our program delivery automations. We can move into our pipeline. Actually, scratch that. I would put pipeline in front of this. So you're starting to get a list of all the people that are applying for your program. Okay. And so let me review that one more time. Help list, at least 20. Marketing message. Okay. That goes out to that help list. We need our funnel done. That funnel needs to have a form for them to apply. Okay. They need to apply to your program, right? That from that application, we need to have a confirmation that we've received it, typically another page, and then also an email confirmation. Okay. Those are the core pieces. And then set your pipeline up so you know who is applying. You can see exactly how many people are coming through, right? And we have a good visual on all of this stuff. Remember, the wait list is essentially a scholarship. We're inviting people to jump into the scholarship. We're going to give one away for free. Everybody else is going to win second place. They're going to get a coupon or something like that. That is going to encourage them to sign up for the program. And then we're going to be sending it out to everyone else on the launch date, which I believe is September 1. Right. And so we need to have all our marketing emails and that kind of stuff done before September 1 when all of this goes out. Okay. So the page needs to be finished when we send out our marketing message to our top 5. Okay. So your big homework items for the week. We need to finish our marketing statement. We need to build the funnel. Those are like 2 of the biggest ones. Build the first aspects of the funnel. I'll post that shorter statement in the community so you guys have it there. I can't find it right now, and I don't want to screw it up. But we basically take your marketing statement and we just compress it way down, so we just have the most important elements, the most important elements there. Okay, and then we're gonna be sending it out to our people. We're gonna be sending it out to our people. We're gonna basically tell them it's a full ride scholarship. We're giving 1 free first class seat into this program. And if they want details, just let you know and you'll send it over to them. Okay. It makes it super, super simple. That's it. Scholarship opens on Monday. That's the goal. Get that done. And if you have questions, that kind of stuff, let me know. I've got a couple seconds here. I'm just going to scroll through the comments to see if I missed anything. Don't think so. Remember Growth Catalyst people too. You can use the Growth Catalyst support that comes directly into us if you want a slightly quicker response. So yeah, if we can make life easier, grab that stuff. I expect the reason I could not finish things last week is that potentially, Susan, there's probably a little bit more to that I would have to know in order to kind of answer that accurately. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys have a good here's what we need to do this week. Remember the getmoreclients.coachcatalyst.com page. That is where everything lives. That is our home base. If you don't know how to get to the community, just go to that page. I'm going to drop it in the comments here again. Drop that in the comments. This is your home base, your virtual workbook, all of that fun stuff. And then you'll see at the top, we have the join the community, which takes you into the community. And that's where we ask questions and help each other out. And then if you do want Growth Catalyst, I'm going to change it over. It's on the right-hand side of the Get More Clients page. I just have to change it from a booking where it books on my calendar to actually purchasing, so you can get started first and then book on our calendar afterwards. Cool. Sunila asked, how do I get access to Growth Catalyst? It'll be on the Get More Clients page. I'll have the link switched over probably 5 minutes after this call. It's not required to complete things. Like there's plenty of systems and other softwares out there that can do all of these things. So if you already have systems in place that you're currently using, then by all means, like use those systems. But if you do need a system, that's why we created Growth Catalyst and we try to just make it easier. So it'll be there if you want to grab it. I'm happy to answer any questions, or if someone does want to do a call, I do have some time later this week to be able to jump on and have a call too, if that would be helpful for anyone. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully it's laid out step by step by step. If anything doesn't make sense, just let me know. Tag me in the community. That's always helpful. So week 2, that's your marching orders. Time to get to work. We've got plenty of time, right? Most coaches are scrambling in September to try and launch something. Anyone on this call, you guys are planning ahead. You guys are thinking ahead, which means you're going to have a much better launch come September because we're going to hit every mark along the way. And this is the big piece for this week. So set aside an hour or two if you can this week to start building these things out, because this is the foundation. It's the page that everyone hits. It's the scholarship play, and make sure that we have that list of people to be able to get it out to. Awesome, Kristen. Thanks. Feeling confident. I love it. Thanks for jumping on, guys. If you have questions, drop it in the community. Until next week, this is Get More Clients, technically Build with the CEO. I'm Trevor. See you later. Bye.